Hello, Chaos here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most chaotic, explosive, and genuinely fun boss fights in World of Warcraft, the War Within Cauldron of Carnage. This two-boss encounter is all about coordination, fast reactions, and knowing exactly when to switch from soaking to sprinting for your life. If you're raiding in Liberation of Undermine and want to master both Florendo and Torque, or you just want to see how the pros break down high-level mechanics for your own team, this is the guide for you. Fight setup. Let's start with the basics. The Cauldron of Carnage is a two-boss fight where your raid is split into two teams, each taking on one boss, Florendo, the mechanical T-Rex, and Torque, the cybernetic gorilla. The arena itself is massive, divided down the middle. At first, each side fights independently, but at key moments, both bosses will meet in the center for a wild intermission called the Colossal Clash. Your main goals in this fight are to manage single target damage, maintain smart positioning, and above all, drop both bosses at the same time. Why? If one boss dies much earlier than the other, the survivor will enrage and wipe your raid in seconds. So keep both health bars close, balance your DPS between groups, and always be ready to adapt if you get ahead or fall behind. Let's talk quick numbers. These are key for planning. Bosses must stay more than 40 yards apart to avoid immunity and stacking nasty effects. Opposite boss distance should be over 60 yards. Get too close and you'll stack both bosses' DOTs, a raid wipe in the making. The Colossal Clash phase in the middle lasts 20 seconds and is where things get intense. When Bomb Soak happens, a large circle appears, group up fast, or risk raid-wide damage. And finally, the Voltaic Images adds that spawn with a 10-yard AoE explosion if they reach a player or expire. These numbers and mechanics are the foundation for every pull. Now, let's look at how to split your raid. Generally, you'll want at least one tank, several DPS, and a healer or two per side. Ranged DPS and healers are flexible for switching as needed, but keep groups even so you don't end up with one side underpowered. After every central clash, you'll switch sides, resetting DOT stacks and preventing one group from getting overwhelmed as the fight ramps up. Phase 1. Florendo Mechanics and Tactics. Let's focus on the left side of the arena. That's Florendo's turf. This T-Rex is all about fire, bomb soaking, and beam control. Each of his abilities demands quick reactions and good group discipline. Flaming Bomb. Florendo regularly throws a huge bomb onto a random spot in your area. When this happens, everyone on Florendo's side needs to quickly stack inside the circle before it explodes. The fewer players inside, the more damage each takes. And on Heroic and Mythic, any unsoaked bomb is nearly a guaranteed wipe. After exploding, the bomb leaves behind a fire pool, Heroic Plus, that never disappears. So always bait bombs to the edge of the arena to keep the center clear for movement. Roar Cannon. This is Florendo's beam. He picks a random player and fires a high damage beam in a line. Whoever's targeted needs to immediately move out of the group and aim the beam away from the boss and the raid, ideally toward a wall or empty corner. If you get caught in the line, you'll take massive damage. If you're not the target, make sure to dodge the beam and don't ever run in front of the targeted player. Eruption Stomp. This is the tank buster. Florendo will stomp the ground, hitting the tank with a massive physical blow and sending out lava waves from the stomp location. Tanks need to use defensives and be ready for knockbacks, while the rest of the group dodges the outward spreading waves. If you're slow to react, you risk getting punted into a fire pool, so stay alert. On Heroic and above, Florendo also spits out Molten Phlegm, targeting a random player with a pulsing fire DOT that damages everyone nearby. If you get this, immediately run away from the group until the debuff expires. Every bomb requires a coordinated group soak. Don't leave anyone behind. Tanks should always be ready to reposition Florendo after a stomp and help soak bombs. Melee and ranged should always be aware of their positioning, especially with limited safe spots as fire pools accumulate. A good Florendo group is one that moves as a unit, stacking for soaks, spreading for waves, and always ready to react to the beam. If you place your bombs at the edge and avoid overlapping mechanics, you'll control the chaos on your side. Phase 1. Torque Mechanics and Tactics. Moving over to the right side of the arena, Torque's Lair. Torque's fight is all about lightning, ad management, and punishing players for unnecessary movement. Torque's main mechanics: Static Overload, bar. Every player on Torque's side has a special movement bar. Anytime you move, the bar fills up. If it gets full, you're stunned for several seconds. Bad news if a mechanic is coming. To avoid this, practice stutter stepping. Move just enough to dodge, then stop and let the bar drop before moving again. Lightning Bash. This is Torque's tank buster. He targets the tank for a big single target hit. Tanks always have a defensive cooldown ready for Lightning Bash, and healers should be prepped to patch up any splash damage. Voltaic Images. These are ads that spawn, fixate on a random player, and explode if they reach their target, dropping a static pool on the ground. If you see an ad chasing you, call it out and run in small bursts, while the rest of the team roots, stuns, or knocks it back. On Heroic and Mythic, these pools persist and can silence players standing in them, making ad control vital for survival. On Torque's side, discipline is everything. Don't overmove or you'll stun yourself and make the group's job harder. Assign a few players with strong CC for ad control and make sure everyone is aware of the explosion radius for Voltaic Images. If you manage your movement, time your tank cooldowns, and control ads, Torque will go down just as smoothly as Florendo. Shared mechanics and raid-wide responsibilities. Now let's talk about the shared mechanics that tie both groups together and can make or break your raid. Stacking DOTs. Each boss applies a stacking debuff to all players within 60 yards. If you cross into the other boss's area, you risk stacking both debuffs and overwhelming your healers. Always stay on your assigned side except during transitions. Colossal Clash. When both bosses reach 100 energy, they charge to the center for a 20-second clash. During this time, you'll see huge waves and area denial effects that require constant movement. Healers, pop your raid cooldowns here. This is one of the biggest raid-wide damage events in the fight. DPS use this as an opportunity to cleave both bosses for maximum damage. Side switching. After every Colossal Clash, both groups switch sides. This is key for dropping DOT stacks and resetting raid-wide damage pressure. Always communicate clearly before and after every swap so tanks, DPS, and healers know where to go. Bomb and ad overlap. Often Florendo will throw a bomb at the same time as Torque spawns ads. Make sure both sides are ready to handle their main mechanic, then help each other if needed, especially in voice comms. A quick call out can save a wipe if someone is targeted by both a bomb and an ad. Environmental management of bombs and ad explosions leave behind fire and static pools that don't disappear quickly. Always bait bombs and kited ads to the edges, leaving as much open space as possible in the center. As the fight progresses, space will become tighter, so think ahead. Heroic mode. If you're pushing into Heroic, here's what changes. Permanent fire pools. Every Florendo bomb leaves a permanent fire patch. Place bombs along the wall to preserve safe areas. Molten Phlegm randomly targets a player with an AoE fire debuff. Get out of the group immediately if targeted. Frequent Voltaic Images. Torque's ads spawn more often and their pools last longer, making controlled movement and CC even more important. Higher damage. All abilities hit harder and require more precise reactions. Raid cooldown planning. Assign cooldowns for every Colossal Clash and have backup plans in case of ad or bomb overlap. Heroic is all about tighter execution. Clean bomb soaks, disciplined movement, and clear voice communication are non-negotiable. Make use of class utility, mass roots, knockbacks, immunities for last-second ad control or to save players caught out by mechanics. Mythic mode, the toy tussle and maximum chaos. Ready for the big leagues. Mythic mode raises the stakes and adds the infamous toy tussle mechanic. Toy tussle. Small toy versions of Florendo and Torque spawn in their respective zones each phase. If a toy T-Rex and a toy gorilla collide, they explode and give the entire raid a stacking debuff. Too many stacks? Instant wipe. To manage this, assign players on each side to punt their toys toward the center, triggering controlled explosions one pair at a time. Never leave too many toys up for the intermission phase, or they'll all detonate together, wiping your raid. Mythic only mechanics. Florendo's Roar. Cannon fires 3 beams instead of 1, forcing more complex dodging. Voltic images always leave a silencing field, even if killed or expired, so placement is critical. Every mechanic deals more damage, and small mistakes are often lethal. Mythic strategy: assign a toy handler per side. After every major mechanic, like a bomb or ad spawn, kick one toy toward the center to collide with a toy from the other side. Prioritize killing or controlling Voltic images quickly. Pools left by their explosion must be avoided at all costs. Place bombs perfectly along the walls and always soak as a full group. Rotate raid cooldowns for every colossal clash and be ready for overlaps with toy explosions. Tanks: time your swaps and defensives so you're never caught with high stacks during a toy clash or boss burst. Mythic demands perfect execution and clear communication. Don't hesitate to wipe and analyze what went wrong. Every pull is a learning experience. Role-based preparation: tanks, healers, DPS. Tanks: assign sides before pull and be ready to swap bosses after each colossal clash. Use defensives for every eruption stomp and lightning bash. Always be in the bomb soak and position bosses so the group is safe from accidental beams or waves. On Mythic, help with toy movement if your class has a displacement or knockback ability. Healers: assign healing coverage per side and have backup for the central clash. Keep an eye on players with high DOT stacks or those running out for Molten Phlegm. Save major cooldowns for the colossal clash and for overlaps with bombs or ads. On Torque's side, stay mobile but minimize movement to avoid stuns from the static overload bar. DPS: balance boss health bars by switching focus as needed. Always help with ad control and bomb soaks. Watch your positioning after every mechanic. Standing in a bad pool or running across the arena can cause chain deaths. Classes with strong burst or cleave can shine during the colossal clash. Time your cooldowns accordingly. On Mythic, help punt toys when assigned, and be ready to kill voltaic images before they reach the group or expire. Before we wrap up, let me remind you, if your raid team is struggling with the Cauldron of Carnage, don't hesitate to reach out to ChaosBoost. Our professional boosters have cleared every difficulty and can help your group master the toughest mechanics, from bomb soaks and toy tussles to perfect ad control and mythic coordination. Whether you want a clean clear, a loot run, or just a chance to learn alongside the pros, ChaosBoost makes it easy and stress-free. Check us out if you want to experience a smooth, drama-free victory and secure that hard-earned loot. Don't let this encounter hold you back. Take the chaos out of raiding with ChaosBoost. The Cauldron of Carnage is one of those fights that makes World of Warcraft raids memorable. The combination of two bosses, overlapping mechanics, and the need for precise coordination pushes every raider to be sharp, flexible, and quick to adapt. You'll need good calls, quick reactions, and above all, a positive attitude. Don't get discouraged by wipes. Every failed pull is a step closer to a clean kill. And if you ever feel stuck, don't forget, my boosting service ChaosBoost can give your raid the push it needs to clear this encounter and grab that loot. Let's jump into the chaos. Remember the keys: keep bosses split, soak every bomb, dodge every wave, and communicate constantly. If you handle the central clashes and keep the chaos under control, you'll find this fight incredibly rewarding. Thanks for watching. If this guide helped you, give it a like, share it with your guild, and hit subscribe for more high-level boss breakdowns, raid strategies, and pro tips. And of course, stay chaotic.